Technology is greatly affecting our society in a negative way, and today I'm going to tell you how it affects our education, our daily lives, and to come up with a solution to this problem. How many times were you in a situation where you had to tell someone something but you did not know how to tell them to their face, so you just texted them instead? Although some people think it's better, but it's really not, because our generation and the ones in the future are losing the grammar skills and their skills to communicate face to face. Technology's negative effect on society. It's affecting our society. Our generation depends on technology. According to Christopher Williams of Time magazine, he says that with Blackberries and corporate emails at home, we are tethered to technology unlike any other previous generation, which is true because now people don't even have to go to work anymore. They can just sit at home and do all their stuff over the computer, and eventually they're going to become antisocial and not know how to communicate with the real world when it's needed. So in this speech, I'm going to get all of you to understand the negative effects on society and how it is affecting our society, and I'm going to tell you a solution to the problem. Okay. First of all, the problem is our education. Computers are in the classroom, it leads to cheating, and you never know, servers fail and you can lose all your information on the computer. The attendance now is all over the computer, so what happens if the computer is down? You can't take attendance. Your grade books, all over the computer. Everything for teachers, it's all through the computers now. So computers can go down, get viruses, you can lose all your information. Although some people say quick information, you can get quick information so quickly, but it's always not accurate. Dr. Karaspatha said, due to the easy access to information provided by the internet, it does not lead to better research as students often seek information in the easiest way. So students aren't really learning while they're looking up information. They're just Googling it and saying, oh, found the quickest one, like let me use this one. It's always not accurate, and they're not learning that way. They're just stealing it from someone else, pretty much. Even though it's faster, it may not always be the best information. Another effect is loss of jobs. Many teachers are being substituted by computers. My sister goes to Brookdale, and in some of her classes, she sits in a room with all computers in front of them and a big computer on the front, and the teacher is on the video camera. So there's no teacher in the classroom. The teacher's teaching somewhere else, and my sister is just like keeping up with the class that she's really teaching in the other school. So if you don't get something, you could be lost the whole class. And it's a shame because I want to become a teacher in the future. And I believe that children will always need a teacher in each classroom, no matter how old they are, because not all students will be able to learn without a teacher in front of them in the classroom to make sure all the students are paying attention and are getting the lesson being taught. Now, hearing about the negative effects of technology as on education, I'm going to tell you about how it affects our daily lives, everyday lives. Less social interaction, definitely. There's no face-to-face contact because of phones, computers, webcams, all this stuff. You don't need to be sitting next to the person talking to them. Technology becomes a very huge distraction. Huge distraction. In schools, people are always looking at their phones and not paying attention to the teacher when she's lecturing or anything. Trouble focusing, definitely. According to Matt Richtel of New York Times, while many people are saying multitasking makes them more productive, research shows otherwise. Heavy multitaskers actually have more trouble focusing and shutting out irrelevant information. Scientists say experience more stress. It also has harmful physical effects. Less interaction with the outside world because you're not really socializing with anyone. My grandma always told my brother, who was 13, that when she was a kid, they were always outside getting a game of baseball together, or stickball, or jumping rope, Now all the kids are playing with their friends on Xbox or texting them all day. They're still like hanging out with them, but just over Xbox, with which is so bad. They need exercise and fresh air from outside. According to the research at Biomed, complaints of the arm, neck, and or shoulders can affect millions of computer office workers because they're just sitting there on the computer typing constantly. And then they go home for the day and they come back the next day. Brains. The technology is rewiring our brains, says Nora Holt, director of National Institute of Drug Abuse and the world's largest leading brain scientist. Believe it or not, people's eyes are becoming more and more worse because of sitting in front of computer screens or hours upon hours a day. People are getting glasses at an earlier age because they're starting to watch TV more, looking at their phones, computers, playing video games all day. So they're needing glasses quicker in their age. After hearing about the various negative effects that technology has on society, I am going to propose a solution to this problem. My solution would be don't rely on technology for all your answers. Research other possibilities. You can always, if you need something, if you're going to look something up on Google, you can go to a library and look up it on books or encyclopedias, anything that's relevant, old newspapers, anything that you can get the better answer. You can talk to some people in person or deliver something that you would most of the time deliver them through mail or in a text, email. They go deliver it to them in person and have a conversation, see how they're doing. So after doing my speech, the negative effects on technology has on our society is education, physical and socially, and a solution to this problem. Don't rely on technology. So I hope hearing about the many effects of technology has made you think twice about relying on it.